Now look at this little one. Wow. Now you can see blues. This has got a lot of blues, but this is, I would say this is a Aztec Motley Sunglow with a lot of blue in it. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Hope you did something fun. Now that the weather is getting good, even in the north and northeast and northwest. Down here in Florida, it's always nice. It's been really brutally hot down here, which is great during the day, and then at night it cools off a little bit. And we're heading towards, I guess, summer, but I guess we're still in really spring. I hope you guys are doing some fun stuff. Kids have been playing soccer. They're in the pool now, which is kind of cool. It's funny, in Florida, you think you can swim all year round, and you probably can, but us Floridians, when it gets to like 60, 70 degrees, we're like, no pool, it's too cold, it's too cold. We have to wait till it's 90 degrees, and then we have to put the heater on in addition to that. That's called getting used to the warm weather. All right, what are we gonna look at? Well, some of this video I actually filmed over the weekend, so I was kind of looking at some cool stuff I have in my collection, and I was taking a look at my one litter of boas that I wanted to show you guys. I didn't pull every single baby out, but it is my blue line Sunglow. So last year I bred blue line to blue line. Now this is blue. The blue line is a blue line pastel that I imported originally from Europe. It's a two snakes, my male and female, both had genes that express blue, but it's a polygenic trait or pastel trait, which is what we call in boas, meaning that it's line bred. So basically in Europe they bred the bluest of the blue, bluest of the blue, bluest of the blue, and they got to a point where the snakes are really blue. So I bred blue to blue last year. We got some amazing blue lines. I'll do some updates on those probably over the next week or so. And so I had to give my female off a year, so I didn't know who to breed my blue line male to. I bred him to a really nice Aztec Motley Sunglow, who was kind of like had some blue and purple tinges in her already. And that could have been because of the Motley and the Aztec in there with the Sunglow. So I was hoping to get some blue expression, and I did. Definitely, we got a lot of saturation in the babies. And whether it's you can call it blue, purple, or reds, I don't know, but there's a lot of saturation in these babies. So we'll take a look at some of these and some of the coolness that we got, you know, the different combinations between, everything's pretty much a Sunglow, you know, at least. And then we have Motley and Aztec mixed in there. So let's see how these different genes express themselves in different ways. Let's go into the snake room. All right, little update on the fish tank. I haven't shown you this in a while, guys. There's my 4 Oscars. That's an old fish tank. There's my 4 angelfish. And I have, of course, my 1 discus fish I have in there. I get a little bit of a glare on this tank today. I don't know what the problem is. They're doing really well. You know, I thought my, there's my discus fish. I thought my clown loach in there had got eaten or something like that. And then I saw him the other day. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know where he is now. Let's see if we can find him. Literally, I hadn't seen this fish for, there's one of the loaches in here, but no, I have a clown loach that used to swim around all the time. And I swear to you, this thing has been missing for months. I just assumed that he got eaten or he died, and they, you know, they ate him up and he got deteriorated. He's in there somewhere. I'm telling you. I hate this glare on this tank, though. I don't know where he's been hiding, but I don't even see him now, but he's in here. I promise you that. All right, there's my albino Sulcata tortoise. There's one of them. And the other one is, I don't know what he's doing. He's taking a nap. Look how big these guys got. This is the male. Look how big he is. He's bigger than my hand now. When I first bought him, he was sitting in the palm of my hand. He's huge. And I'm still trying to get him outside. Still got to create an outdoor enclosure for him. Him and his girlfriend here. I have a pair, luckily. And yeah, that's the update on the Sulcatas. Really love these guys. I really want to put them outside. I think they're at a size now. I don't think any predators are going to mess with them. There are some coyotes supposedly in the morning, but if I build them a little house too that they can go in, I think the coyotes will leave them alone. So we have peacocks too. The peacocks might protect them. Look at this guy. How cool is he? That's a face only a mother could love. All right, a little update on my bamboo rat snakes. They're looking really nice. Look how big, look how girthy these things got. They were really, these were so tiny that they were escaping from these hatchling tubs when we first put them in here. That's how thin they were. And look at how beautiful they got. Wow. What a beautiful little snake. I'm so happy I got these things. Got them from Kevin McCurley. He got them from someone who was breeding them. Look at this, there's the other one. That's the male. And that's the female, I think, is in shed. They both put on some really nice size. They're gonna be, when they get bigger, man, they're gonna look phenomenal. I'm so excited. I'm gonna put these guys in some kind of like a, display type of cage. I mean, the reds on these things are insane with the black striping. Palmetto corn snake. Look how big this guy got. This is the male. I showed you the female, I think, last week, the albino. So this guy's head albino, but he's aneuphoristic, which is supposed to mean removes the reds. And he does have the reds removed. He just has oranges in him, which I guess don't qualify as reds. Let's see if we can get him in here. Once you start moving these guys around, they're very hard to film. He's really nice though. Look how white he is. I love the white in these with the speckling. Palmetto corn snakes are like the coolest. I encourage everyone to have at least one pair of them in their collection, even if you're not a corn snake person, which I really haven't been, although I have some corn snakes now. But I always, ever since I saw the first Palmetto corn snake at Tinley Park, and I interviewed Travis Whistler on these things, I was like, I gotta get these things. I gotta get a pair of these at some point. So these guys are getting big. They might breed next year for me. All right, I'm going to show you the female. I think she's under the hide box, so this way she's not running all over the place. So there she is. So this is an albino palmetto that's het anery. So perfect pairing for this with this male and female at some point in the future. I think he's a little bigger than her, but not much. They're about the same size. They both have put on really nice size. You can see how, albinos remove dark pigments. He has some dark pigments in him because he's not albino. He's aneuphoristic, which just removes reds. She's pure albino. You can see she's got the red eyes. She's got no dark pigment, no melanin whatsoever in her. Everything that she's got is either white or orange, red. Beautiful, beautiful palmetto female, man. We're gonna make some amazing babies. Everyone's gonna want these. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get you guys hooked. Everyone's gotta have at least one pair of palmetto corns. All right, pretty cool. This is a clutch we just had, or I should say a litter of boas. I'm gonna show you all of them. This is a big litter, but I haven't looked at these in a while. This was born on March 31st. This was my blue line sharp Sunglow. So line bred trait blue, sharp Sunglow, bred to a Motley Aztec Sunglow. So now, just for you guys who might not know, the Sunglow means hypoalbino. So both parents were hypoalbinos, and one of the parents was Motley. Now you can never have Motley and hypo sit on the same allele, so you can never have like a super hypo Motley or super Motley hypo, even though they would probably be something that wouldn't live because super Motleys are not viable. But so you can only have either hypo and Motley or super hypo. So this is not a Motley. This little, we haven't even sexed these yet. This could be a super hypo. It could just be a regular hypo. But if you look real carefully, and I don't know if the camera's picking up, you can see a hint of blue in this thing. And there's no Aztec in this. So this is what I believe to be either a hypo or super hypo Sunglow. But it doesn't look like a typical Sunglow. It's got, like I said, a blue tinge to it that I believe as it gets older is going to get bluer and bluer. And you can just see it. It almost makes the saddles that are normally red look like brownish because of all that blue. The whole thing is saturated with blue, which is kind of cool because only one of the parents was blue line. The female looked a little bluish because she's an Aztec Sunglow and Motley, but she wasn't a blue line, and we got a lot of blue in this baby, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Pretty cool. And here's another one that probably is the same, either super hypo Sunglow or just regular Sunglow, single copy hypo. There's no Aztec, there's no Motley, but also if you look at the head and the body, you can see a lot of like bluish saturation in there, even like a purplish. It's a very light color. It's not a dark blue or anything like that by any means. It's just a very light, faint like looking color. And like I said, it might not be anything. We have to see. Once again, only one of the parents was blue. I'm seeing it in the head more than the body, but we'll see how these guys develop. Pretty cool. This little baby, I believe, is an Aztec Sunglow. I thought originally I saw Motley in it, but because I saw circles, but these are actually little squares. And so I think this could be either a super hypo Aztec Sunglow, or it could be more than likely it's probably single copy hypo, which would make it a Aztec Sunglow. I don't necessarily see a lot of blues. I definitely see some different colors in here, which is kind of cool because the blue line is going to express itself differently in all these snakes because there are a lot of genes that have blue in them combined with a female who didn't have the blue genes in her. So we'll have to see. This girl came out really nice. She's really light. She's like a really, really light color, which is kind of cool. I think she's going to change a lot though as she develops. Now look at this little one. Wow. Now you can see blues. This has got a lot of blues, but this is, I would say this is a Aztec Motley Sunglow with a lot of blue in it from the blue line. So we call that blue line pastel. You could just see there's a lot of saturation in this snake. You can see how light the last one was I showed you. This one is gorgeous. This is one of the nicest looking Sunglows I've seen in a long time. So dark. And I really believe all that darkness is not just due to the Motley and Aztec in there, but it's also due to that blue. This snake got a lot of blue. Let's see if I can up. A lot of blues in it. Right, look at the sides. It's all blue. Beautiful little baby boa. And they all ate too. I think all of them except like one or two, which is pretty good. Beautiful. Look at this little pinkish looking little baby. That's a Motley. I think that's a Motley Sunglow with definitely some tinges of blue in it. Everyone is expressed completely differently because anytime we're talking about a pastel line in boas, which is a line bred trait, it's going to be expressed differently in every single snake. There's not one that's going to look the same. But this is a really, really nice Motley Sunglow. Beautiful, beautiful snake. Look at this beauty. Every single snake looks totally different. It's really, really amazing. This, I believe, is a Motley Sunglow. It doesn't look that Motley, but it's got the striped tail. It kind of lost the rings for some reason, and I don't know why, but it definitely has the stripe on the tail. Definitely not Aztec. So I'd have to call this a single copy Sunglow Motley, or Motley Sunglow. Really nice looking though. What a bunch of nice albinos. Anyone who's interested in albinos is going to be really lucky. This is a great litter. And I'm going to make these guys available too. I'm not going to wait a year on these things. So if you get lucky and they turn blue as in a year or two, you hit pay dirt. I'll show you one more. This one I really like a lot too. This is I believe this is Aztec Motley Sunglow. You can see the little squares here. That's the Aztec. The striped tail is the Motley. Obviously, everything is an albino, sharp albino, and pretty sure there's hypo in here. I would call this an Aztec Motley Sunglow. So this is pretty much every gene, and I do see a lot of blue influence here, especially where you see the blue pastels kind of on the side here. That's where you're going to see your saturation. Like in a normal Sunglow, you're not going to have all that saturation there. That's why these snakes look so unique, because they are saturated. Even if it doesn't look blue, they're saturated with red, purple, something, because that blue line is really adding a lot, polygenically speaking, many genes to enhance these. So these Sunglows, while they might not be blue like the father and like the blue line stuff I produced last year, they are going to be very, very pretty saturated albinos, and I think they're gonna be gorgeous. They're gonna be great sellers. I'm looking really forward to see what these guys turn out to be. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I love looking at snakes that I haven't necessarily seen for a couple weeks, and these guys had shed out. They had their first meal. Pablo's been feeding them, and I think some of them actually have had 2 meals already, and they're looking great, these snakes. I mean, you can see total different looks to all of them, and that's because any kind of pastel line in boas, which is a line bred trait, will express itself differently in every single boa, especially when you're using one of the parents that's very high expression and one of the parents that has no expression of those genes. So these genes will, in some of the babies we'll see blues, in some of the babies we won't, but it seems like a lot of the babies have a lot of saturation of blue, purple, red type of stuff going on, and that makes these Sunglows amazing looking. Let's face it, after all, at the end of the day, everyone loves an albino boa, but some albino boas are better than others, and these happen to be, in my estimation, spectacular because they have that saturation. They have that, when I say saturation, I mean in addition to the albino aspect of the snake, they have an infusion of color throughout their body that would maybe normally be white or just blanked out. This is just color, whether it be red, blue, purple, and all these different snakes. It's a different little tinge, and that's because of that blue line that I used from the parent, from the father. So we have a lot going on and a lot to sort out, and over the next 6 to 8 to 12 months, you're going to see these boas change quite a bit. I have a lot of them. I produced a nice little load of them this year, so I probably will make a good amount of them available for purchase. So if you're looking for a really beautiful Aztec Motley or just beautiful Sunglow, this might be the litter that you're looking for. So you can hit me up if you like something you saw and you want it. That's usually how people get the best stuff from me. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, show me the love. Hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.